We already know a couple of things about Pokémon Sword and Shield, but to my surprise, the one thing that we don't know about are the evolutions of the starter Pokémon. I mean, why? How can I decide which starter I'm going to pick in a month's time when I don't know what they're going to look like? They will probably won't stay cute forever. And I'm definitely leaning towards Grookey at the moment, but he might evolve in a pile of goo with a wooden stick in the middle. We just don't know. So while we're patiently waiting, I thought it might be fun to look at some fan-made drawings of what the evolutions might turn out to be. This way we can hopefully predict a way to pick a starter. I don't know how that's going to work, but still. Okay, let's start out here. And I want to begin with my favorite boy, Grookey. There are a lot of great fan-made drawings out there for our monkey friend with the stick. Like this one from Fake Mans. Man, I would honestly be happy if he turned out like this. With an ever-growing stick, no pun intended, which will turn out as a massive club to really deliver some heavy damage to enemies. I will become Grookey gang if this is the way Grookey will evolve. But our next one also really butters my beans. This one is by Danny Camino and I love the pure creepiness that this ape invokes. While it seems that our second guy here is just learning telekinesis, the final evolution is a pure dark magic wielding monster. It would be interesting to see him as a dark or ghost type. It kinda reminds me of the Apums from the Detective Pikachu movie. Scary stuff. Or what about this idea from Chunpan, where Grookey keeps the stick on his head while evolving, but it will become 2 instead of 1, which he can then use as nunchakus, going full Bruce Lee style upon your enemies, making him more of an elegant fighter instead of a brute that uses pure force. Also great. So next up is our cute little fluffy bunny that everybody expects to become a fire fighting type because of his boxing band-aid on his nose. And that might be the case, as is apparent from this concept by Mandigo Man. If this is the fighting way for him to go, then I'm totally in. The second evolution is a bit like a wrestling type with his mask and all that. It kind of reminds me of Pig Knight. While his final looks like a runner type with some thick upper legs and flames on his chest that almost look like some type of metal. But one popular type pairing that you can also find a lot of online is the Fire Electric type for Scorbunny. And this one from L Darkcore is particularly great. It is not 100% clear if this is supposed to be an electric type, but the lightning bolt like hair of the final evolution might suggest that it is. The two evolutions stay pretty true to Scorbunny while incorporating more and more yellow in its design to really give off that vibe of a Fire Electric type. Good stuff. And there is one, ladies and gentlemen, that I don't want to keep from you. I don't know what type it is, but I do know it's just handsome. This one is by Raj Bruggeman, or @rat.art. And what a beauty it is. It starts off pretty normally with Rabiburn, which is a very fast Pokemon, leaving streaks of fire wherever he runs. But then it turns into this absolute unit called Bossbun, who has a basket full of flaming stone eggs to throw at enemies. But he also has a tie and a mustache. It looks a bit like the Ron Swanson of the Pokemon universe. Now let's hop on to our final starter, the skittish and cute looking Sobble. And I really love the idea of Lepid GameFan who has turned Sobble's tail into a shield, becoming bigger and bigger with the tip of his tail turning into a spike, where he can defend himself from pesky enemies. The whole medieval style with the helmet on top is also a great little touch. L Darkcore had a similar approach, only his final evolution turns his tail into a spear. Also very nicely done. When it comes to creativity, I have to give it to Bob Al Green, who made sadness into a returning aspect of Sobble's evolution. He turns Sobble into a Weeple, who is just pretty to look at, and then evolves into Camelancholy, who has her hands in the air like she's performing a to be or not to be speech, in a very poetic Shakespearean fashion. The only thing that's missing is the skull. And this last one by Justuffy, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, is even more menacing. He has a bubble which he keeps with him at all times. First off, he looks like some sort of emo with his long hair and grabbing his tail, while keeping the little bubble on his tongue. But after that he evolves into a huge confident lizard-like beast, with once again a mustache and a bubble hanging under his chin. If he would look something like this, then I might have to switch because this guy looks freaking cool. But to see what will actually happen, we'll just have to wait for. I expect that we will get one more Pokemon Direct, but I'm not entirely sure. It would be weird to me if they don't announce the evolutions, because after that they will just be put online by the person who is the first one to get to evolve these creatures. But we'll see. And if you like Pokemon and Nintendo in general, be sure to subscribe to XPref as there is a whole lot more Pokemon stuff coming up once Sword and Shield releases. And in the meantime, just be patient for what our three little friends are going to turn out to be. Because for all we know, they will turn into these three handsome daddies.